Hello children, this video is about reading passage 1 of sample paper English Language and Literature Class 10 CBSE Board. When you are attempting a comprehension passage, you need to quickly and carefully read through it. This time, you will be given 12 questions out of which 10 has to be attempted. 2 questions are optional. Each question carry 1 mark. For example, for one of the question, if there is an option A, B, C, D, if you mark A and B as the answer, you will get 0 mark for that particular question. That means you have to choose only one option. Don't mark 2 options, you will get 0 marks for that particular question. The type of questions always have a logical sequence. They will be asked from para 1, then from para 2. Some questions will be very simple. They will ask you to write suitable title, give opposites, antonyms, synonyms, similar words, terms or phrases. This time, in the sample paper, they have asked what is the message given by the author in the passage. What does the particular phrase refer to? Give appropriate title. Or they will ask a particular word from the passage and you have to find 2 different meanings. All questions are MCQ. I have written a simple passage. It is just a revision before we go to the sample paper comprehension passage. Tom is a 15-year-old boy who is in grade 10. The grade 10 pre-board examination is in November. There is no time left for the preparation, but Tom decided that he will start his practice for the exam in a week. He wants to celebrate the festival which is around the corner. So when we are reading, we can mark the sentences which we think are important. Tom is in which grade? Grade 10. When is the pre-board examination? In November. There is no time left for the preparation, but Tom decided that he will start his practice for the exam in a week. He wants to celebrate the festival. Let's go to the question. Pre-board examination will begin from the month of November. So we choose C. Can you write the word which means putting off or delay action? So here it is a vocabulary question. The answer is procrastinate. Answer 1, November. Answer 2 is procrastinate. So for the vocabulary, you have to go through the vocabulary words given in the English literature textbook. Each lesson there will be few words which will be given in the right side. Those words you need to practice. And for comprehension, you have to write and practice. Let's read through the passage. The choices we make on a daily basis, wearing a seat belt, lifting heavy objects correctly or purposely, staying out of any dangerous situation can either ensure our safety or bring about potentially harmful circumstances. Purposely, intention. Potentially, maybe it can happen in the future. Two vocabulary words. You and I need to make a decision that we are going to get our lives in order. The author is advising us or is suggesting that our lives should be organized. Exercising self control, self discipline, establishing boundaries and borders in our life are some of the most important things we can do. So, how to organize? He has given few suggestions. So, we underline the important things. A life without discipline is one that's filled with carelessness. Carelessness means what? Not giving attention so that we can avoid harm. We may end up in a negative situation because of the careless attitude. We are not bothered about the consequence. We can think it's kind of exciting to live life on the edge. To live life on the edge. This phrase, what does it tell? It tells us that nowadays everybody wants something different, something exciting, especially selfies. People will go and stand in the middle of river or tip of a cliff because it's exciting. We like the image of, yay, that's me, living on the edge, woohoo, and we want to update these things in the social media. It's become a popular way to look at life. But if you see, even highways have lines. That means, what does it mean here? It means we should all have a limit, which provides margins for our safety while we are driving. If we go over one side, we will go into the ditch. If we cross over the line in the middle, we could get killed. And we like those lines because they help to keep us safe. So if we live within the limit, we will be healthy, we will be safe. Sometimes we don't even realize how lines help us to keep us safe. To be organized, again he's emphasizing on being organized. I'm not proud of this, but for the first 20 years of my life at work, I ignored my limits. I felt horrible physically most of the time. I used to tell myself, I know I have limits and that I have reached them, but I am going to ignore them and see if or how long I can get by with it. So he is stretching himself intentionally. He knows that he has reached his limit. I ran to doctors trying to make myself feel better through pills, vitamins, natural stuff, and anything I could get my hands on. But some of the doctors would tell me it's just stress. You might have heard this particular word being used a lot nowadays, stress. That just made me mad. I thought stress meant you don't like what you do or can't handle life. And I love what I do. So even if you do something that you love, you are getting stressed, you are getting pressurized. But I kept pushing myself, traveling, doing speaking engagements, and so on, simply exhausting myself. Finally, I understood I was living an unsustainable life. Here, what does that mean? Unsustainable. Sustainable, the habits or the practices which will help to carry on long run, which is a healthy practice like sustainable energies, green energies. Whereas unsustainable life, unhealthy practices, which cannot be continued, which has to change. We have to stop and we have to change. And needed to make some changes in my outlook, how we look at our life, and our attitude towards our life, lifestyle, the way we live, our habits. You and I don't have to be like everyone else or keep up with anyone else. Each of us needs to be exactly the way we are. We don't have to apologize for it. We are not at all alike and we need to find a comfort zone. He's asking to find a comfort zone where we will be happy, in which we can enjoy our life instead of making ourselves sick with an overload of stress and pressure. So he wants us to live in a comfort zone and enjoy life rather be the stress and pressure. Let's go to the questions. On the basis of your understanding of the passage, answer any 10 questions from the 12 that follow. 1 into 10. Each carries 1 mark. So you have to attempt only 10. The reason why living on the edge has become popular is because of the constant need for something different, population being much younger, exhausting effort to make changes, strong tendency to stay within our limits. Obviously, living on the edge, constant need for something different, something exciting. Option A. Choose the option that best captures the central idea of the passage from the given quotes. It's all about quality of life and finding a happy balance between work and friends. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. Yes, it has to be 4 because he's asking us to find a comfort zone where we can be happy, where we can enjoy our life. So we go with option D. So it is repeated. So we take option D. Which of the characteristics are apt about the writer in the following context? I know I have limits and that I have reached them, but I'm going to ignore them and see if or how long I can get by with it. So it's ignoring. Let us see. So there they have given 2 options. A is 2 and 5. Let us read the first one. Negligent. Same. Not taking care or ignoring, being negligent, being careless. Indecisive, not able to take decision quickly. Spontaneous, being impulsive. Reckless, heeding, not all heeding for the danger, heedless of the danger. Again, the same meaning it comes. So it is negligent and reckless. Purposeless, without aim, patient, being very tolerant. So we will go with 1 and 4. That is C. Which of the following will be the most appropriate title? For the board exam, you can attempt this question at the end. If you're sure of all the 8, attempt the 8 questions which are very confident. The one you are not confident, only 2 you can attempt at the end. Title, if you need to think more, you attempt at the end. Which of the following will be the most appropriate title for the passage? Much too soon, enough is enough, how much is too much, have enough to do. So how much is too much? Here he said he knew that he has reached his limit, but still he's stretching himself, right? So we go with how much is too much. The phrase potentially harmful circumstances refer to circumstances that can A. certainly be dangerous, B. be fairly dangerous, C. be possibly dangerous, D. seldom be dangerous. As I said, potentially it can happen, it may happen, so it is C. be possibly dangerous. Select the option that makes correct use of unsustainable as used in the passage. In the long run, the dash, that is unsustainable officials followed emergency procedures. Emergency procedures were unsustainable by the officials. Official reported an unsustainable set of events during the emergency. Officials admit that emergency system is unsustainable in the longer run. So he's talking about changing his habit as just not sustainable in longer run. So we'll go with the longer run. Officials admit that emergency system is unsustainable in the longer run. So we have used the correct use of unsustainable as used in the passage. So we go with the D. The author attempts to dash the readers through this write-up. What he's trying to do? Rebuke, question, offer aid, offer advice. He is advising us. He's advising us in be organized, create a comfort zone. The author uses colloquial words such as yay, woohoo. Which of the following is not a colloquial word? Colloquial means informal word. Hooked, we use that word. Guy, of course. Stuff, we use it a lot. Stress, we don't use this much, so it is D. What does the author mean when he says to get our lives in order? To resume our lives, to organize our lives, to rebuild our lives, to control our life. It is to organize our life. It is quite obvious. Choose the option that correctly states the true meaning of outlook as used in the passage. A person's evaluation of life, a person's evaluation of life, a person's experiences in life, a person's point of view towards life, a person's regrets in life, a person's general attitude to life. So as we learned, as I told you, it is person's point of view towards life. 3, we know what is the pair. 5, a person's general attitude to life. So it is 3 and 5. So it is option C. The author explains the importance of discipline and boundaries in our life using the example of road accidents, traffic rules, lines on the highway, safe driving. It is lines on the highway. What is the message conveyed in the last paragraph of the passage? Love what you do, love yourself to love others, be the best version of yourself, be yourself. He's asking us to be ourselves. So children, the answer for this or the marking scheme is also given in the CBSE website. There you can find this sample paper and the marking scheme. I just revised and I tried to solve so you understand the pattern of the reading passage 1. So what did we learn here? We learned that we have to read the passage quickly and carefully and try to find the answers to the question. And there will be 12 questions out of which only 10 has to be attempted and each carries 1 mark. Here we solved all the 12, but for the board you need to solve only 10. Don't try to mark 2 answers for 1 question as you will lose the mark. And revise the vocabulary words in each lesson so that you revise it and you can use it in your answers. Then how to go about it? You have to write and practice. And you have to solve many reading passages from past papers. There are so many websites also are there where you can practice on your own. Practice makes one perfect. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe Tejus Education. If any doubt, please write in the comment section. Thank you. All the best, children.